Hello everyone, my name is Z Marie. I wanted to welcome you all today to Heart for Art. And today we're going to be learning how to draw praying hands. It's going to be a digital drawing, so sit back and let's get started. Hi everyone, welcome back to Heart for Art Live. Today we're going to be learning how to draw praying hands. And I first want to thank everyone for coming and joining and watching on today. So I'm going to try and do it step by step with you. I'm not going to do the whole time-lapse deal. So I'm going to try and go step by step so you can actually see how to draw it. So I'm going to be using the digital tablet, and I'll show you all how you can actually get your own. Closer to the end, I'll explain that a little bit more. And so it's going to be a digital drawing of praying hands, and it's actually easier with this because you can color the drawing and all that actually on the on the software. So I'm going to go on over to our sketch pad now so we can get on started. Alrighty. So now I'm first going to start by just simply picking, what I want to use. So I just simply start off by using a pencil, like a regular pencil. And then we're going to start off simply by drawing the outline to your picture, which is always good to do first. Start by drawing the outline because, of course, if you shade first, it's kind of impossible. So we're first going to start off choosing our pencil here. And then we're going to start off by just looking at our picture here on the right of us. And we're just going to start by simply drawing the outline. I always start from the top, so it's best to see where you want to start from, but I usually start from the very top depending on the drawing. And so I'm simply going to just do the outline here. And you don't have to make it look exactly like how I'm drawing it. It's all in how you want to draw it. So I'm just going to start off by doing step by step, drawing our outline of the entire drawing. And then we'll get into actually coloring it and shading it and all of that too as well. So we'll simply start by doing that. And you don't have to use the pencil that I'm using. You can simply use a marker, as many different settings. If you have just regular paint on your computer, you can still use the digital drawing tablet to do that too. So it's all in, how you want to do it that way too. So, all right. So let's keep drawing our outline here. And it's actually a bit easier using the digital tablet, but if you don't have one, you don't have to use that. You can always use just a regular pencil and sketch pad. You can do the exact same thing. So it's always easier to simply get our outline first and then go into shading and coloring and all of that too as well. But it's not mandatory to use a digital drawing tablet, although it is probably a bit easier, but I'm going to be using regular sketch pad as we keep going. But for this specific drawing, I'm going to do it using the digital drawing tablet, and I'll actually show you all how you can get your own as well. A little closer to the end, I'll explain that a little bit more for you. So you're just going to keep doing this right here. And it's always good to figure out, as I said before, find out which angle you want to go from. Because if you just start, let's say if we started from the bottom, it'd be a little bit tougher. So I always start from the part that seems like the most, you say, complex. So since I see that the fingers would take a little longer, that's why I start from the top. But you can start from the bottom, it's up to you. But that's kind of my preference usually when I'm drawing. And I'm just simply still using the same pencil to do all of this as well. And you can do this with a regular drawing pencil, a regular 2B pencil, a regular number 2 pencil. You can do that as well. So you don't have to do it digital. It's just kind of the way we're doing it this time. All right, and we're almost done drawing our outline. But it's always easiest to get your outline first, though. That's just kind of, the easiest thing to do, okay? And of course, we all make mistakes, so I'm just erasing a little bit. If something looks a little weird, just got to fix that there. So, all righty. Just fixing a few errors. But yeah, it's definitely easier to have your reference drawing right near you, unless you're the type where you draw off the top of your head. That's different. But if I were to draw something from a picture I've seen, it's always good to have it right near you, print it out, or on the digital, on your computer, tablet, whatever, or what have you. All right. So now I'm trying to finish the bottom down here. And I'm going to show you all how to actually color it and all of that too. So we're going to get to that. All right. Got to make sure we get it as even as you can so you don't have to come back and erase. Because it's a bit, kind of time consuming if you have to go back and kind of.
What's up, guys? Welcome to class.
Correct the same part of the drawing, so it's easiest to go back. Of course, you can see I'm making a few mistakes and I have to erase, but that's okay. So we're just gonna fix that and keep going, and we're almost done with the sleeve down here. All right, just gonna do this. Gonna do both sleeves, and if you want to, like how they have it kind of like a boxed image, it's a bit easier if you want to make the drawing look exactly like the reference drawing. It's a bit easier to do it in kind of a square template. So when I'm drawing it, I'm kind of keeping in mind that it looks like a picture. So I want it to stay looking like a picture. So you'll see I kind of square it off throughout the entire drawing, so that just kind of helps. Just simple kind of tips to help along the way. All right. Making sure we got that about down. All right. Make sure I'm not blocking y'all so you can see. Alrighty. And usually when I'm doing drawings like this, usually we'll start off by shading, then we'll go to color, or you can shade with the color. But like if you want to make certain lines like where it seems like the light is showing, like you can see on the fingers, one part is brighter than the next, that's where you would use shading in that case, okay? So, just trying to make sure I got the whole outline of everything down. Fix any errors or any mistakes that I want to go back and fix. Alrighty. Alright, and you can always go back and darken your lines after you got in the basic outline. Then that's when you can go back and darken lines and all that, because you may not want one part to be darker than the next. So I would suggest you wait until after you get the outline and then go back and darken everything and all that as well too, okay? Alrighty, right. Alright. So you can simply darken the sleeves and all of that, like where you see the black marks on the sleeve, or it looks like it's black, then that's where you can just use your pencil and make that part darker than the rest of the drawing and all of that as well. So I'm going to start by now trying to see if I can start shading, since we have our basic outline, and fixing any errors or anything that looks, kind of crooked and weird. We're going to fix that before we go to shading so it doesn't mess up anything in the end too, okay? All right. I think we pretty much got the outline down. Just fixing minor errors. It just all helps in the end, so it doesn't mess up your drawing, the final draft of your drawing. So that's kind of the main part of drawing. The outcome is the most fun part. So anything that may seem like it's gonna mess that part up, then it's best to go ahead and fix it when you see it, okay? All right, now we're just going back and doing a little bit of detail on the fingers and on the hands here at the top. And the parts that we see look a little darker, that's the parts that we're gonna make darker, just so it'll look like the light is actually reflecting on the hands, okay? All right. Just gonna take our time with doing this so we don't mess up the other part to the drawing. But it always helps if one part looks lighter than the next, it helps to just do it with a pencil at first and then go back and color it. So if it's like a part that you wanted like a shadow was on it, then I would suggest you do that with just using your pencil first and then go back and add color and all that in the end. It's best just to, do that first before you go and jump to coloring. So now I'm just making a few of my lines a bit darker. Alrighty. And if you want to get darker lines and it doesn't seem like the pencil is giving you those darker lines, if you're using a regular pencil, you can just go to a higher number. So like, let's say if you have a 2B pencil, if you go to 4B, it'll be darker than the 2B. So you can do that. Or on here, since I'm actually using the digital drawing tablet, the harder you press down, the darker it actually makes the pencil when you're drawing. So you can do it either one of those ways, or you can get, a marker to make it darker. It's all in your preference. All right. Trying to make sure we got all our dark lines that we need to be darkened before we can move on with shading or anything like that. So, all right. And I'm going to show you all actually how to shade it, how to color it, all of that in this episode, as much as I can, okay? Before we run out of time or anything like that, I'm going to show you all as much as we can, okay? All right. Just trying to make sure we got the basic outline before we move on to doing the deeper part of shading and all of that. But we're simply just going back and adding a bit more detail now. If the hands have nails or anything like that, now would be a good time to start adding that. So, you won't forget. And I hope yours turned out excellent. I can't see it from here, but I hope it turned out exactly, how you wanted it to turn out. And I did mention, if you are an artist or an individual who wants to get your designs or your pictures or photos or anything like that displayed on t-shirts or mugs or anything like that, like cool paraphernalia kind of gear stuff, you can actually go to www.smicapp.com, and that's SMICAPP.com, and you can actually go over there, and if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see it says Would Prosper. When you click that, you can go over there and choose from a variety of different products that you can actually put your designs on as well too, okay? So I wanted to make sure that I told you that, but that pretty much wraps it up for the praying hands tutorial. Make sure you all stay tuned and come on back, because every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, we will be posting new art tutorials, and we'll try and split it up as much as we can. So if we need to split it into different parts, we will. But I want to make sure that I explain it to you all well enough and not boggle your head with the whole time-lapse deal, because myself, that's not how I like to do the drawings, because you can't even see how to do it yourself. So I'm going to try and take you step by step to, help you get the outcome that you want on your drawings as well. And I did want to mention, make sure you all go over and check out, it's an awesome, if you're into biblical art, kind of how I did the praying hands, but these are actually biblical art portraits that you can check out, and that is abamcenter.com. That's A-B-A-M center, CENTER.com. You go over there, it's actually a biblical arts museum. So they actually have over 150 different multicultural biblical characters. So you all need to check that out as well, and I'll try and play, their commercial for you at the end so you can get a little idea of what they do over there as well. But that is pretty much it. I'm going to wrap it up. And I just want to thank everyone for coming and watching on today and joining. And I hope that your art turned out exactly the way that you wanted it to turn out, and the outcome was cool. So make sure you all stay tuned. Come on back every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. You will actually be seeing different art tutorials that will help you hopefully in bettering your art. So thank you all so much. I have been Z Marie here with Art for Art, Heart for Art Live. Make sure you all come on back, okay? See y'all next time, okay? Life as a visual artist? Well, now you can. Zoe Hoffman's book entitled How to Get Answers Every Time You Pray for Visual Artists, which is inspired by Apostle Dr. Ludi L. Hoffman's book, How to Get Answers Every Time You Pray, The Power of Partnership, you will be guided through what needs to be done in order to properly stay in God's will for your life as an artist. Go online to www.abamcenter.com and order your copy today.
What's up, guys? Welcome to class.
wardrobe? Well, spice things up with Wood Prosper's customizable t-shirts in 3 easy steps. First, go to smicapp.com and click the Wood Prosper logo. Then select Create Your Own, and lastly, import your own design or use the ones we pre-made for you. You can even customize mugs, hats, jackets, and so much more. So head on over to smicapp.com and click on Wood Prosper today and get your designs noticed.